Good evening from Southern Illinois University. This is the IHSA 2A Super Sectional featuring the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders and the Benton Rangers right here on mechasportsco.com. Thank you. I think we had a little bump there and didn't go. Thank you, Coach Pettit, there for that intro. And as we get ready tonight, getting ready to go to state. Winner of this game heads off to Champaign on Thursday. Raiders come in 30-1. They're averaging 62.3 a game, giving up around 43.8. On the other side, the Benton Rangers, 28-6, giving up 43.3 and scoring 53.9. And we heard that they might actually try to slow the ball game down and only play about 5 guys out there. And speaking of playing when you only have 5 guys out there, it's kind of nice. Coach Pettit, that's a good thing when you don't have subs. You're going to get playing time.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I'm in there. I'm ready to roll. You know what I mean? So, but, yeah, this should be a good ball game. Benton, comes in 28-6, but they play in maybe the best 2A conference in the state. With Pinckneyville, Nashville was dynamite this year, and then DuQuoin and then them. They had 3 teams that had 20 wins or more, or 4 teams had 20 wins or more, in that conference. Thing I look about this team, they got hammered twice by Nashville, by 30 and by 20. Came back, in the at Nashville, the sectional semifinals, and beat them like 43-41. This is a team, a senior-led team. It's going to be a battle tonight.
You had mentioned that, Coach, on January 31st, too, at Benton. Benton had won 55-51 before when they played earlier as well. Hey, it's the Mecca Sports Co. pregame show. And, of course, we're at the Mecca Mobile Studio, brought to you by Sleep Tight, Better Bed, Less Money, Quincy and Jacksonville. When we return, we're going to hear from Coach Altmix. You know where that's coming from, the Kunis Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. And more of the pregame show as we get ready for the Super Sectional, the QND Raiders and the Benton Rangers right here on mechasportsco.com.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
This game is brought to you by Mecha Sports Co. You can find us at mechasportsco.com, on YouTube at youtube.com/@mechasportsco, and on Facebook at facebook.com/mechasportsco. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any coverage for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams, boys and girls. Get the play-by-play and color call from Wellman and Pettit exclusively on Mecha Sports Co.
And welcome back to the pregame show. Time for Coach's Comments, brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. With me, head coach of the Raiders, Greg Altmix, and here we are, Super Sectional, Southern Illinois. Just a short little trip down the road. Everybody pretty excited?
Oh, definitely. Had a great trip down, had a chance to stop at McKendree. Appreciate the people there that helped us get in the gym, get our legs stretched a little bit, and then grabbed a pregame meal and then finish off the trip, and all went well.
Everybody's healthy. Everybody feels good since last Friday.
Oh, that most definitely. Everybody's ready to go.
I was going to say, even if they didn't feel good, they'll probably move beyond that because it's just that intensity of I want to be here and I want to play.
Oh, most definitely. All the little aches and pains and bruises and that hurts. When ball goes up at 7 o'clock, you'll forget about them.
You got it. All right, Benton's out here. Good team way back when. In fact, we talked about Doug Collins, but then Mark Birnbach mentioned an Atkins and another guy that played before him, and of course that was in the Bernbach days, and they were really good, number one in the state. What's this Benton team have on the roster?
I mean, they found ways to win as they've come through the postseason. They're a good team and, well coached, and we're going to have our hands full because, they've had the right game plans for the teams they played up till now. So we're going to have to we're going to make sure we're ready tonight.
Last thought is they only play about 5 guys on the team, right?
That's what we've seen. And so, obviously we want to push it. I have a feeling they're going to try to slow it down. So we'll see which one wins out.
Running Raiders, I like it there. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you after the game.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. Appreciate it.
And that's Greg Altmix, head coach of the QND Raiders. Coach's comments brought to you by the QND Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. When we return, the QND Raiders and the Benton Rangers, Super Sectional in Southern Illinois, Carbondale on MeccaSportsCo.com.
QND Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit QND Honda.
And QND Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit QND Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how QND makes it easy.
And welcome back to Carbondale. The Salukis, the home of the Salukis. Wellman Pettit out here. And we know we got the Southern Illinois announcers right to our left, Coach. And I tell you, I've had a chance to talk to them for the last hour. You talk about the links to Quincy. Richard Blakely has been doing this for over 35 years, announcing. He went to Western Illinois for an ag job, an ag degree. And his roommates and good friends, Paul and Rick Russell. I mean, that was pretty cool. And then Rick Serardi is talking to me, and he said, my sister lives in Quincy, Sally Westerhoff. And I said, I know her very well. She's tight. And I don't know her as well as my ex does, but very big in the dogs and that, and sure enough. And so a lot of neat connections there to our left tonight. Here's how these two teams came in and got here. For the Raiders, it started in the regionals against Pleasant Plains and North Mac. Final at North Mac was 54-49. Went into Pleasant Plains then for the sectional. Beat Roxana and then beat Rochester the other night, 72-64 for the sectional crown. The other side for Benton. Started off with Vienna and Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro, they barely snuck by 36-35 in the regional final. Played Nashville, beat them by 2, 41-39. Then Carterville the other night, 58-43. And that brings them here with a 28-6 record.
Nashville win was big. You know what I mean? That's a team that, has been ranked in top 5, all year, in 2A. And it's like, man, after you lose by 33 and by 20 and go there and beat them, at Nashville in the sectional semifinal, big win, for this Benton team. So, I think we're going to have our hands full tonight because this is a senior-laden team also.
Also, you've got Benton is just right up the street, right next to Christopher.
Yeah.
Of course, two of the great actors from Christopher. For all us old Match Game fans, Gene Rayburn was from Christopher. And then John Malkovich was the great actor there, and he was also from up there. Of course, we mentioned Benton, Doug Collins, and we mentioned him a lot. But after the game the other night, I had texts. I actually had George Schultz call me, but I had Mark Birnbach getting a hold of me. Mark Birnbach said they played them way back when they were ranked number 1 in the state and they were undefeated, and 65-66. Birnbach was a junior. He said Benton had 2 guys. Jim Atkins went to Bama and played, and there was a Rich Yougus, Y-O-U-G-K-U-S. He went to Georgia Tech. That's while Doug Collins is like a freshman or sophomore during that same time, but he said they had a very good ball team. And in those 2 years, they only lost 1 game, both of them. The first one they lost in the quarterfinals to Galesburg, 73-71, I believe. And then they lost the next year in the super sectional, I think it was, before going in, or maybe it's that. And so both years they had 30 wins and only one loss for the Benton team. But now they're excited here. And Benton is right up the street. So the one-host section. And
oh, yeah.
Benton is also the same color as the Salukis in maroon. So if you're wearing Saluki stuff here too, everybody in the one-host section is Benton. We look over here in front of us, and the kids is Benton. All the way down at the other end of the college floor, 94 feet plus away, the white section of the Raiders in the dog pound. I love that. And then we get the rest of our fans are over there on the far side, I think, as I'm trying to glance and see where all the blue and gold is. But they're going to have to make – plus, Quincy, you're going to have to make a lot of noise tonight for us out there since most of you couldn't make the trip down here for 4 hours. Glad to pop in. And as we mentioned, it is the IHSA, so I spend all my time in Illinois, and I spend it on back roads going through Nashville, Pinckneyville, Ana, Jonesboro. You know, that's where it's at. You go through these little towns and kind of get the feel like you do in our area as well, but now you're down in southern Illinois where you don't hang out a lot unless you're me and just happen to be driving that way. many road visits all around here. So, you know, you talk about Benton. When Benton was good, too, you know who the coach was?
Rich Herron.
There you got it. Rich Herron was the coach. Later down here at Carbondale at SIU. And back in the days, and I don't think he might have had Clyde, Walt Frazier, because Walt Frazier did go here to SIU. So, hey, it's the pregame show. Pettit and Wellman, the Raiders and the Rangers. And that'll be tough to keep apart tonight. Should be a lot of fun out here. Raiders.
Well, hopefully it's not. Hey, you know what I mean? It'll be all Raiders and less Rangers.
There you are right there. Oh, that's good, though. And I tell you, I don't know the last time, if there was a last time, that QND or anybody up in our area had to travel to Carbondale for the postseason. Usually you're in your area. Western Illinois used to be the favorite spot back in the 1 and 2As.
Jacksonville.
Yep, and actually down here, well, that's where Goreville is. From down here, they're at the bowl now. So they traveled all the way up. And unlike soccer and even the Rock Island sectional where that game was being played down here at Muscuda, the first round, you know, if you're going to get into the postseason, play wherever they send you, and that's part of the postseason, right? Not in this day and age.
We've seen that last couple of years, you know, with the Blue Devils. You know, to where they sent us down there, and you know, we're supposed to be up in Peoria or, you know, whatever, and, you know, they sent us down there for the first round, you know, the sectionals, which I don't think is fair.
Oh, I hear you there. That's been talked about a number of times there, and it always seems like they move it for location, especially make somebody from St. Louis drive all the way to Rock Island. That's
or
part
Peoria
of
or wherever.
That way you've got to have that wear and tear. That's part of the whole thought. But, hey, we're here in Collinsville. We'd like to be in Collinsville. Here in Carbondale, just a quick.
Collinsville would be the camera would be going.
Indeed, we would. So, and of course, postseason again. It's the National Federation of High School Sport Camera. So we are audio only, radio style, which I kind of like. I'm from that day. Right now, the IHSA giving their speeches as we're getting ready with 1 minute left before starting lineups. National anthem come first. Raiders are going to be in their road blue, which in the sectionals we were white both times, were we not? So, and now. Stand. Find the flag. And honor our country. Our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise, if able, and remove your hats in honoring America with the playing
And we're getting a little closer to game time here. It's great, too, that when you get guys who work together. They did not have a program here, Coach, so there was no program to tell you who's who. So I got together with Rick next door, and we got names in that. He said, well, you got 17 guys on your roster. I said, I know, Coach Altman said you can have them. I always thought it was 15. Here we go, the Raiders, first of all, coming in 30-1, visiting team. Number 2, Bo F. Tank. You've heard us talk about his shooting ability, slashing to the basket, and his golf is not too bad either. Number 12, TJ Togarepi, our sophomore, handling at the point. Our senior here, Jace Allensworth, heading to QU. Number 14, the senior. Robbie Reed with a great baseline two-hand dunk at Plains in that championship game. Robbie wears number 22. And rounding it out, Gavin Dolman, the senior, wears number 30, 6'3". So as we go, 6'3", 6'1", 6'3", 6'5", and 6'3". Head coach Greg Altmix, assisted by Alex and Jordan Altmix, Jonah Petty, Chuck Beverlow, Dustin Carrier, and no room for Ron Kinship, but he's out there as well. Now Benton getting ready for their starting lineup. Crowd is a little louder because there's a whole bunch of them. The town closed up, shut the lights off on the way, and here they are in white trimmed in maroon. Your first, number 10, Clay Gage. Guard, I'm guessing 5'8". Number 11, that was the one number they changed on me, Drake Porter. Junior, number 14, Jackson Wiggs. And here's our 6'6" senior, Nolan Schaefer, wears number 5. And a 6'3" senior, TJ Hamilton, he'll wear number 21. Head coach, Ron Weinmiller. We're here, Coach. Great to be starting off the way the Raiders did the last couple games, get after it on the defensive side, and we are on a college floor. So again, 94 feet instead of 85 feet, longer. Before the game, too, I looked. You have 3 3-point lines out there. First one is high school. I didn't realize college women and college men have different distances.
I didn't either.
I thought they were the same because I said, now, we don't have a semi-professional team here, do we? And everybody laughed. And so, maroon on the bleachers. That's the color of the Salukis. Maroon everywhere. We feel like we're almost in Wharton Fieldhouse.
Saluki land, right here, baby.
There's 2 great facilities, ain't it?
Well,
Wharton Fieldhouse and
I'm going to tell you what, the Benton fans, you know, they're not very far away. They have packed, you know, the other side.
I don't think anybody's left in Benton. I mean, there can't be. Here we go. Raiders will be going left or right on your dial, computer, TV, or just radio. Dolman will be in the center circle. On the other side, the 6'6" Nolan Schaefer. And we are ready for postseason basketball. The IHSA 2A Super Sectional from SIU Carbondale. And it's right here at meccasportsco.com. They're waiting for the official. They've got a lineup here that you have to follow. The officials all look at each other, thumbs up. We're ready to go, folks. We got a good screen up top on the board, too. I love it. Boy, everything gets exciting as they finally throw the ball up. Gavin Dolman gets the tip. F-Tank on the right side in the half-court set. TJ will set it up. Togarepi had it to the left side. Allensworth on the wing, brings it up with a dribble.
Going to be a little bit different on length and, you know, the depth perception of shooting the basketball.
Pass the left side through F-Tank's hands, so a turnover for the Raiders. Good news on the ends. There's not a lot of loose space out there. It's the fans, and it's either the Benton Rangers or the QND Raider student body on both ends. Raiders are going to play full court action in the backcourt. Robbie Reed, Oliver Porter. Porter will be bringing it up. Robbie Reed has taken that defensive stand all year long after Jackson Canoyer was hurt. Jackson was moving around today pretty good. Thought he might be ready. At the point, Gage had picked up his dribble. TJ was out there. They push it way out, and then coming up to get the ball was Schaefer. And everybody's having a little jitters because he dribbled the ball off his ankle and right out of bounds, Raider basketball.
Good ball pressure by Dolman, that possession.
38 seconds in this one. No score. Raiders have the basketball in the half-court set. Allensworth runs from one sideline to the other. Allensworth gets it out front, gets bumped a couple times, letting him play a little bit early. That was Porter with the bump.
You get in the middle, and that's what's going to happen. This is basketball at the highest level.
F-Tank right side. Three-pointer no good. Shout out to George Schultz, who's actually trying to call me during the broadcast. Hi, George. Rebounded out here by the Rangers. Raiders in man-to-man set. Ball off to the right side. That's Wiggs. Togarepi on him. Dribbles up to the formation to the left side. Hands the ball off.
Good pressure by the Raiders.
Porter starts to make a drive. Kicks it out the right side. Togarepi closed down nicely out there as Gage was about ready to take a three. Clay Gage at the point. Behind the back. Togarepi all over him. Almost took the ball away. 6:24 left in the first. Togarepi. And they'll call the foul that time. Couple crossover dribbles. And bringing it from the left to the right. TJ got his hand in there just a little bit. So your first foul of the game goes against the QND Raiders. Well, it looks like our...
That was a ticky-tack foul. I'm sorry. He was out there hounding him for, 20 seconds and then a little touch foul.
Out of bounds play. Benton has it out on the free throw line extended on one side. They throw an alley-oop to Schaefer. He gets the first score of the game. Rangers up 2-0. Allensworth cuts to the basket. Oh, and partially blocked there. Porter got the ball. Allensworth looked like he had the layup. Porter make a quick jump up there. Porter has it on the left side. Check that the right side. On the perimeter. All five guys on the perimeter. So one of those offenses that runs from outside with cuts. Screens all the way around. Nobody's really in the high or low post.
They're not really big.
Schaefer drives the lane, kicks it out to left side. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound comes out. Bo F-Tang gets it. He's across the timeline. Bo on the left side hesitates through the legs. He'll send it back out. Togarepi gives it right back to him. Goes down on the block. Jace Allensworth trying to post up. Allensworth bounces it off his foot. Rolls over to Clay Gage. Benton gets the ball. Trying to get it inside. We're just having a tough time with our feet and our hands. And that goes for both teams early. We've almost played 3 minutes here already in this ball game.
A lot of nerves. Super sectionals down there at SIU Carbondale. A lot of nerves.
Another drive inside, kicked it back out, but Togarepi closed down on Gage before he could take a three. Back out off the left side, 30 feet from the basket. Schaefer's got Dolman on him. Schaefer starts to make a cut. Oh, picked that ball up, it looked like, but again, it's the other end of the court. No call was made. Dribble, kick to the corner. Three-pointer, no good. Schaefer took the shot. It came right back to Dolman for the rebound. Raiders come down the right side of the court. Togarepi on the wing. Robbie Reed. Here comes Allensworth. He came down, flashed, and then went out to the left corner. Check that, the right corner.
Raiders haven't scored in the first 3.5 minutes of the game.
Reed takes the shot. And Robbie Reed hits the three-pointer from outside. Raiders score, and that three-pointer brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, woodmartbuildingcenter.com. 3-2 Raiders, halfway through the first quarter here. Winner heads off to Champaign on Thursday. Dribbling crossovers, Gage had to kick it back out. Porter drove in the right corner, shot from three. Wow, TJ Hamilton gets it. I was gonna say no good because it hit the front of the rim, bounced around before it went in. Robbie Reed drives hard to the hole. That was good defense there, Coach. Wiggs went up with him, got his hand on top of the ball, jump ball. The Raiders got the opening, and so it'll go over to the Rangers. 3:48 left in the first. 5-3 Rangers. That makes sense, too. They got the Sheriff's star there with the B in it. Kind of looks like the Texas Ranger a little bit with maroon. In the backcourt, Gage brings it up. Togarepi will pick him up at the Saluki at half court. Crossover 2 or 3 times between the legs a couple times. Togarepi ain't going anywhere with it. Quick pass to the left side. Still out behind the arc. Porter has it. Schaefer on the right side. Screen's coming from the weak side, but screeners aren't open. There's a backdoor cut, and a good cut there. Raiders tried to close down, but Hamilton hit the bucket. It's 7-3 Rangers.
Fake screen and a slip.
Weren't ready for it. And by the time he'd get recovery, couldn't get a chance to block the shot. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. TJ looks back to Coach Altmix, gets a call. Reed from the left side for three. No good. Rebound on the weak side. That's Nolan Schaefer for Benton. Hands it off at the top of the key. Gage starts to drive. It goes quickly to the left corner.
I mean, we're 5 minutes in the game, and we've only had one successful offensive basket. You know, and that was a three at about 3 minutes in.
Back on defense, the Raiders man-to-man. Bo F. Tank out high, picking up on Hamilton. We'll go to the right side. Robbie Reed, he's got Porter. Check that, he had Wiggs. Trying to pass it inside, and there is Gavin. Good job by Gavin Dolman. Stepped in front of the passing lane for the steal. Raiders down the left side. Togarepi from the left wing tried to lob it into Allensworth. Jenks was still moving, so the pass was behind him. Weak side didn't have to really come over to help, but it was a steal by Benton. You know, that's the difference, too, with the full court of 94 feet. You know, like the Raiders played really tight in 85 and moved that ball down the court. You got a little more room. Here's a steal by Robbie Reed. Reed going to try to take it coast to coast. Up, under, good. Took Porter to the hole. Robbie Reed, he's got all 5 so far. Raiders close it to a 2-point deficit. Full court pressure being applied in the backcourt. Blake Cage being hounded by F-Tank.
Well, you know, going full court on the 1-2-2, 94 feet versus 85, big difference.
Gage went down, kicked it to the corner. Three-pointer shot, no good. That was Jackson Wiggs, rebounded by the Raiders. Togarepi, he sees it, goes in, and a foul. No on the shot. TJ will go to the line. It'll be our first free throws of the night. Togarepi to shoot. Clay Gage his first, team's first, so 1-1 on team fouls with 1:20 left in the first quarter. Togarepi rattles it in, but it stays in.
We said rattled in, so I was thinking he made it. So
that's all that matters. Style points are not there. Sully Walker checks in as Robbie Reed gets a break. No good on the second one. Gavin Dolman had the rebound, but as he brought it down, Wiggs took it away from him. Approaching 1 minute left. There's still 1:10 in the first quarter. Raiders are down 1, 7-6. Here's Dolman stealing the ball from the wing to the top of the key. Gavin inside, and Gavin went very tentative to the lane. He went up like he was waiting for Schaefer at 6'6".
I don't think that was a foul.
I don't think so either. Schaefer got called because Gavin really kind of went in, I don't want to say half-assed, but he didn't go, instead of going hard to the basket, he did go. I used to talk to Johnny Ray and Jacob Mayfield about that in 8th grade. I said, guys, when I see you in high school, I want you going hard, and I want to see you try to dunk it on the guy. That one there, Gavin does get the free throw, though, but Schaefer did a nice job of blocking the shot. Got him with the body, though. Raiders on a little 4-point run. Tied the ball game at 7. Take the lead, 8-7. Raiders 3 for 4 now from the charity stripe. Dolman's going to check out. Also checking in that last break was number 40, Caden Marth. And Rowan Stegeman is in now too. So our 2 defensive players there at number 40 and 44.
And Walker.
Walker just came in as well, and Sully has been playing some good ball, offensive and defensively. Ball to the right side. Speaking of Walker, he's all over Porter. Porter trying to figure where he wants to go. Walker beats him there, bumps him a little bit actually. Baseline shot blocked by Walker. Ball on the floor. Caden Marth was there. 2 of the Rangers jumped to the floor as well. Walker got to the floor as well. And so it's a jump ball. It goes over to QND Raiders. We got the opening tip. First alternate possession went to Benton. Rowan Martin to check out as Togarepi back in the ball game. So TJ and Jason in the backcourt along with Sully, Bo, and Caden. Walker, F-Tank, and Marth, if you want their last names as well. 40 seconds left in that first quarter. Raiders are up 8-7 with the basketball. Across the timeline.
Good shot here. Run a good set here. You got 30 seconds to go.
Walker in the right corner, back out to F-Tank. 2 passes, bring it all the way over the left wing. Togarepi down to 24 seconds.
Well, you don't want to start going till about 10.
Togarepi with Sully Walker now going into the high post at the free throw line. Marth up high with Togarepi, down to 10.
Time to go.
Marth, F-Tank comes around. Not there. Marth comes around now. Inside, I had a feeling that was going to happen. We ran Allensworth baseline, and he got a screen from Sully Walker. That moving screen. It almost looked like the guy we had twice at the sectionals, which did a good job, but so they called that on Sully Walker, his first. Raiders second.
I thought they called that on Togarepi.
Oh, did they down there? Thank you, Coach.
So.
I can't see the board clear on the other end. They've got a nice little board over there. But was that his second?
I believe so.
Togarepi with 2 then. Down to 3 seconds. Benton with the basketball. Schaefer from 24 foot. Off the back of the iron, off the back of the glass. No good. And we have played 8 minutes here at Carbondale. Your Quincy Notre Dame Raiders 8. The Benton Rangers 7. And, of course, it's QND Raider basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer-battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Back at SIU, Wellman and Pettit. Wellman at SIU. Last time that was said, Susan Wellman was down here after her playing days at ISU and then coaching at Ursuline and Chatham Glenwood. She came down here 2 years with Cindy Scott, the legendary coach, before heading to Tulsa, back to ISU under Jill Hutchison. And then after not getting the job at ISU, went into pharmaceuticals with Eli Lilly. Lots of names down here over the years. Steve Hawkins, we're kind of looking to see if he's around, but obviously the Salukis lost in the first round on Thursday in St. Louis. We'll keep an eye out, see if he's around. Starting off the second quarter, it'll be Benton's basketball. Raiders, though, after being kind of lethargic there, got the last 5 points of the quarter, 3 of them from the free throw line, and lead 8-7. Marth, Dolman, Walker, F-Tank, and Robbie Reed starting the second quarter, playing man-to-man. Schaefer with the ball, back to the top to Porter. Left side, Cage. That means down in the left corner is Hamilton. And set up, coming up to pick the ball up on the right was Wiggs. Raiders pushing that ball way out.
Good on-ball defense by the Raiders.
Jackson Wiggs with it, dribbles to the top, over to Schaefer on the right side. On the perimeter. Now you're going to get some screens and cuts across. That time, the cut wasn't there. Luckily, Porter was there for Benton. Otherwise, that ball was heading the other direction.
Marth being very physical on the cut coming up.
Caden's earned that spot here. Cage. Oh, got it up and under. And traveling. I thought they might call Marth with a body, but Caden did a great job of staying down. And Cage, the only way he was going to get that shot off was to travel. That he did, so no score there for Benton. Raiders basketball. Make sure you stick around at halftime. We'll break this one down. Talk about what's coming up.
Oh.
And double dribble. Marth had it, and what he did was he started to make a pass. Realized that was a bad idea because the Rangers stepped up in the passing lane, but the ball already left his hand, and he pushed it down. That was considered a second dribble. This refereeing moment has been brought to you by those many years of officiating.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jeff Wallman, the referee.
There's something over there wanting to short out on us there. Watch that right there, that cord right there. That's what happened in Moline. So that was the one that broke off of the plug-in. 6:35 left in the first half. Benton with the basketball, slowing stuff down. Maybe because the Raiders are playing such good D.
Well, Benton going on playing mid-50s.
No five call.
I mean?
Should have been a 5 call. Great defense out there. Must have been 4.5. Benton with the basketball. Shot clock will kill him next year. Schaefer starts the drive. Goes to the block. Too easy. 2 Raiders went up to try to block the shot, and Porter was there for the basket and the foul. Raiders getting off the floor a little bit too much on that one. Got to stay on the floor.
Well, you know, down there by the the college ring down there like that, you got to stay on the ground and challenge the shot.
I can't see who the foul was on there. First one in the second quarter by the Raiders. Now look, there's probably a board right behind me. We'll look in a second.
I don't think there was a foul.
Completed three-point play there. There you go. First score of the second. Might be that in there. First score of the second quarter. Allensworth goes hard to the hole and is fouled. Foul will go against T.J. Hamilton, his first. First in the second quarter for the Rangers, and Jace will go to the line for the first time tonight. Raiders are 3 for 4 from the line. Just checking that out. I know that's so weird. Jace rattles in, rattles out. Marth gets up to the bench. He'll come in. Togarepi will go out. Dolman and Reed stay in the lane for rebounding. Allensworth with one more. 6:05 left in the first half. Jace, second one no good. 0 for 2 from the line. Missed opportunities. Rebound was low. Nolan Schaefer. 6'6", drives the hole, off the glass. No good. Trying to take a charge was Robbie Reed, and he's going to be whistled for the blocking foul.
Too easy. The 6'6" kid from Benton got the rebound, drove it all the way down, and got to the hole. You got to stop it before that happens.
I thought it was on Reed trying to take it, and they gave it to Dolman. Schaefer, free throw no good. He'll have another. Marth goes out as well as Walker. Togarepi and F-Tank back in for the Raiders with Allensworth, Dolman, and Reed staying in for the Raiders. Second one, it stays in. Schaefer 1 of 2. 11-8, just inside 6 minutes of the first half. Lead by Benton. A lot of game tonight. We've had some great ones to watch here in the postseason. 4 on the perimeter. Dolman was in the high post. Togarepi from the left corner. Back out to Dolman. Gavin shoots a 3, no good. Rebound out to the right side. Schaefer goes and gets it. Looked like he had a good shot, but didn't come off on it. Benton with the basketball. Cage back at the top. Robbie Reed, who guards their big guy at 6'6". He'll also guard the guard. Schaefer the right side. Brings it to the middle. Dolman stays with him. Back out high to Cage. And Cage hits the three-pointer with Reed closing in on him. His first basket of the game. It's a 7-point run and a 6-point lead, 14-8 for the Rangers out of Benton. F-Tank kicks it down to the right corner. Dolman will send it right back to Bo. Bo sends it across court. Togarepi into the high post. Allensworth turns and scores. Jace does a great job of flashing to the basketball at the high post. Gets it, turns, and quickly puts up the little floater.
Good job running off screen, catching it from 10 foot and throwing it in there.
Broke that 7-point run by Benton. Raiders are down by 4. Good job on the perimeter. Again, all 5 guys are on the perimeter. They start there. Nobody even spends much time even on the low block or high post.
Well, they start there and they stay there. So we're going to have to be out there. You know, your on-ball defense is going to have to be very good tonight.
Porter goes right side to Schaefer, who almost lost the ball. Dolman came behind and almost took it away. 25 feet from the basket. Schaefer with it. Finally gets it down towards the right wing. Cage drives to the basket. Jace Allensworth thought he had made contact with the ball. Jace will be calling for the foul, his first. Team's third, I believe, already in the second quarter with 4:03 left. And it'll be Clay Gage to the line to shoot free throws.
Make contact with the body also.
I think on the drive there, definitely Jace was running with him. First free throw is good. 1 to follow. Togarepi back at half court. All the other Raiders in the lane trying to get the defensive rebound. There was no defensive rebound. Gage hit both of them. 16-10. Gage is getting a break. First sub on the other side. Number 15, Jacob Van Horn. So we'll see how deep they go because everybody said they watched the film and only saw 6 guys, mainly 5 to 6 guys off the Benton bench. In the high post, Dolman. Dolman goes to the basket. Dolman off the glass, no good. Gavin kind of got in between there. He beat his man. Wasn't sure if he should go to the basket or pull up, and he pulled up. Just didn't look like he was confident enough on that shot. Benton with the basketball in the half-court set. They've got a 6-point lead. 3.5 left. Second quarter or the first half. Drive, kicks it out into the right corner. Porter brings it back with a left dribble. Back to the top. That's our sub in there, Van Horn. Good ball movement. Staggered down in the corner, though, when Schaefer got it. Schaefer's going to back it out 35 feet from the basket. Couple crossover dribbles. Pass to the left side behind the arc. That's Porter with the basketball. And Coach wants to talk about it. That's Coach Weinmiller. Wasn't sure he liked what was being played out there. So with 3:06 left in the second quarter and the first half, it's 16-10 Benton. We're back with more Raider basketball right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argerbright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argerbright Electric. Home rewiring? Argerbright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argerbright Electric. 224-5557.
Back at SIU. Second quarter action. Timeout was taken there by the Maroon of the Benton Rangers. 3:06 left in the first half. Benton has 16. Raiders have 10. Raiders had the lead. 8-7 lead in the quarter, but gave up the first 7 points of this quarter before making that last basket. Benton has 2 free throws to add to that. That gives them a 6-point lead. They have the basketball as well. The Banterra Center, by the way. Banterra is a bank down here in the family. Big supporter of SIU. Wow, that pass was nice. Sully Walker tipped it right back to the guy coming inbounds. Wiggs with the ball on the right side. Gives it to his point guard, Clay Cage. Cage has Sully Walker in the game now on him. And he was starting to get a 5 count there for a second. Walker, Reed, Allensworth, Togarepi, and F-Tank. F-Tank went behind a screen. And behind the screen you don't go because T.J. Hamilton hit the 3-pointer. I saw Bo get caught behind that screen, and as soon as he popped up, nothing but net. Reed driving baseline. Robbie, I'd let him keep going, but was called a foul on the drive. Called on Jackson Wiggs, his first. Team second. Coach Weinmiller asking about that one to the official very nicely. Please, sir. Sully Walker, top of the key. Good! Sully Walker out of bounds play. Wide open to the top, drills a 3-pointer.
Big shot.
You got it, and since 1978, your project planner. Shaver goes to the basket, misses, no foul. Allensworth gets it. For every room, for every project, WoodmartBuildingCenter.com. Half-court set, Raiders with the basketball. Approaching 2 minutes left in the first half. Robbie Reed, 4 on the perimeter. Down low, shot from 3, no good. Tipped around, Reed was behind, tipped the ball. I believe Robbie's gonna get called for the foul. If so, should be his first. Team foul number 4. I never said fourth when I was the PA announcer. It was always team foul number 4, team foul number 5. First, second, third. My own personal preference. 2:04 left in the quarter. The half. 19-13, Benton with the lead. Benton put that 5 points up after having a 14-10 lead. Another little mini run. This quarter they've got a 12-point run between 2 different possessions. And last touch on that ball was Porter. Ball was inbounded. I was waiting for it to just go out of bounds and be given back to the Rangers, but the official turned and said, no, you touched it, Raider basketball. So basically down in the corner, Raiders with the basketball. Togarepi's back in, so he's going to trigger it. Walker, Reed, Allensworth, and F-Tank all set in a diamond shape.
Tough place to throw the ball in from.
The diamond goes. Allensworth comes and gets the ball.
Get it in, get your set going.
Jay starts to make a drive. Goes up strong. No good on the shot. Both fans wanted a foul. Some wanted a charge. The others wanted Porter for the foul. Neither were called.
Tough shot.
And a great steal there by the Raiders. F-Tank gets it. Goes down all the way. Walker gets the score. Sully's got 5 off the bench. 19-15. Raiders down 4. Big pressure. Oh, it had to be a 5 call. And instead, ball was zipped.
Thrown out of bounds.
Right by Porter. And I think Porter thought that one of the Raiders touched it. Basically, from the left side under the basket, he zipped it to the right side in the corner, and it went right out of bounds. Raider basketball. Good pressure by the Raiders.
And once again, they got the ball out about the same spot they did last time.
Now what's going on? Oh, Coach Almix came, and he was asking, did somebody touch it? So I thought it was our ball, wasn't it? Or did they change it?
Yeah, it's our ball. But he thought one of their players touched it, so we shouldn't have it out and outside. We should have it down below the basket.
There you go. That's what I wondered what it was. So what he's saying, and they got it correct, if nobody touched that ball, it goes back to the point under the basket, which gives you a lot better spot to see. Now you all have to worry about is throwing it off the back of the backboard.
You've got your out-of-bounds underneath plays that you can run versus having it on the side, which you really don't have any good options, so.
He usually goes into the guy back at the top of on the wing over there because you don't want to send it to the corner and get double teamed down there in a trap. Now Coach Weinmiller comes out to ask what it was about. And that's what Coach Altmix was yelling about. And he's got a little, like 9 more feet to yell because he's on the college floor. But he noticed that. I don't want to be stuck over there near the corner.
Yeah, I can't run my good stuff.
Exactly.
Hey, you know what I mean?
And here it is right now, 134.
Yeah, we're out of bounds now.
Box out of bounds play, Toga Reppy to trigger. Allensworth comes around. He pulls up for 3. Good! Jace Allensworth squares up nicely, drills the three-pointer. It's a 19-18 game, and of course that's brought to you by the most trusted building materials and kitchen bath design since 1978. Woodmark Building Center.
Well, that's Coach Altmix.
Almost a steal from behind. Raiders, ball gets picked back up. Schaefer has it. He takes it down to the block, jump stop, then quickly goes out with a pass to Wiggs in the corner. Now trying to lob inside. Reed was there. Allensworth got the steal. F-Tank, crossover dribble. Oh, a scoop. F-Tank got around a man and had a little from the hip pass to Toga Reppy. TJ couldn't hold on to it. He was at the left block for an easy layup. He had defense on him, but 46 seconds left in the half. Raiders down by 1, back on defense. Schaefer had Reed.
To be honest, Benton's going to be sitting back trying to get the last shot.
But they don't. Shot taken by Hamilton, rebounded by the Raiders. Now Coach Altmix calls his set out with 30 seconds left in the half. Reed on the block. Left corner, Allensworth. Now Reed goes out to the right corner. Sully Walker hanging out there with him.
Good patience by the Raiders. Pulling it back out, get the last shot, go into the half with the lead.
Toga Reppy. F-Tank.
Gotta go.
2-guard front. Down to 10 seconds.
Gotta go.
F-Tank has it through the leg to Toga Reppy. Down to 6. Flashing in was Allensworth. Couldn't get him. Shot from outside. F-Tank no good. Robbie Reed, the tip. Good at the buzzer. Reed went up, got the tip. It went all the way around for a 360 and a slow one at that. But it falls in at the buzzer. And the Raiders run off the last 10 points of the half and take a 2019 lead in at the intermission.
Not the way you draw it up, but you'll take it.
And Robbie Reed did such a good job getting in front of the basket. He knew there wasn't much time. F-Tank took the 20-22 footer. Looked pretty good too, but Reed gives the Raiders the second. In fact, we led at the end of 1. We led at the end of 2. Lets us lead at the end of 4. That's the biggest key for tonight, eh?
Oh, that's all that matters.
Halftime here at Southern Illinois on Mecca Sports. We'll take a break, come back to break it down, talk some more. We pretty well broke and shared a whole bunch of names, but maybe we'll find some more and pull them out of our hat. Halftime here at SIU, the QND Raiders 20 and the Benton Rangers 19. Raider basketball right here, MeccaSportsCo.com.
Ride the Baja Wave. and refresh your senses with a blast of tropical lime flavor. Grab a Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the Dew.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QND Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
It's that time of year and spring is right around the corner. With Best Kept Sod Farm Services, you can rest assured that our team of landscape professionals will provide all of your landscaping needs. We offer sod sales, delivery, and installation, and also full-service landscaping solutions and property maintenance to achieve that desirable curb appeal. Don't wait. Call or text Best Kept Sod Farm today at 217-779-0620 to discuss your landscaping needs.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argerbright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argerbright Electric. Home rewiring? Argerbright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argerbright Electric. 224-5557.
And one of the fine sponsors of Raider basketball, as well as Quincy basketball, 8 Open, a Southern Kitchen at 601 Main Quincy. The OG sandwiches, they're the chicken sandwiches, each with a different twist. Signatures like the horseshoe, Mayor Chuck, Mr. Foghorn. The Smash Burger's a favorite down there. They're open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Stop down and check them out down there or cross over the street at 121 North 6. That would be Atlas Slice. Chef-driven craft pizzas and wings from an open flame, high heat oven. Drinks from Excel, they're open Thursday 5 to 8, Friday and Saturday 5 to 9. That's your North 6 Promenade. It's 8 Open, the Southern Kitchen, and Atlas Slice. And we're back here at Pettit and Wellman at halftime as we're breaking this thing down. Game started off with Benton getting the first bucket of the game. QND hit a 3. Benton went off on a 5-point run, led 7-3. Raiders closed the last 5 points of the first and led 8-7 after one quarter. Second quarter started off. Benton came out, got an and one. That's a blue-collar 3. Basket and the free throw. Then they got a free throw and then a three-pointer. Next thing, Benton was up 14-8. Raiders hit a bucket, closed it to 4. Benton comes back with a 5-point run, 2 free throws and another three-pointer. Led 19-10, but the Raiders run off the last 10 points of the first half. Take a 20-19 lead on Robbie Reed's tip-in at the buzzer, touching every bit of the rim and doing it in slow motion. Good stuff out there, Coach. And I'll tell you, you know, Benton's only run 6 guys. We're running about 8 deep. I think we run Walker, Marth, and Stegeman. So advantage here for us. But, you know, you get to this in the pregame. I talked to Coach a little bit. We talked about legs and stuff of that nature. When you get to this time of the season and you're playing games like this, injuries get superseded by the mind. The mind steps in and takes over if you're a competitor. And basically, it's like, listen, I'm here to play. This is my last day. You got to play every game like it's your last game because somebody's got to go home. And so I don't think injury-wise, you know, those guys who had those bumps and bruises, they healed pretty fast for the weekend. So, Coach, we got some stats here in the first half. What'd you see?
Well, you know, the biggest thing I see is, you know, the assist versus turnover ratio, you know, for the Raiders. 4 assists, and this is a very good team of sharing the basketball. Only 4 assists and 7 turnovers. We got to switch that up in the second half, you know, and, you know, keep getting after it on the defensive end, you know, and I think we'll be okay.
On the other side, you had Benton with 6 assists and 8 turnovers, so getting a couple more assists. Turnovers are about the same. Steals the same way. Raiders got 5 steals. Benton's got 4, so that's pretty well evened up. There's been a couple block shots on both sides.
Rebound is about even also.
Yep, 9 to 8.
9 to 8, so.
And nobody's given up an offensive rebound. You got 1. The Raiders got 1 offensive rebound. Benton has none, so that means everybody's really closing out and picking up a man on those rebounds. Shooting-wise, yeah, everybody's about the same there, Coach. I mean, we're 7 for 15. Benton's 6 for 14. We're 3 from 8 from the line. the line of 3. The other side is 3 for 7, and 3 for 6 from us at the charity stripe, 4 for 5 on the other side for Benton. So up and down, if you looked at those stats, you'd say this is a close game, and then you see it's 20-19. It is a close game.
Well, I mean, you get more shots, in the offensive end when you don't turn the ball over. That's the big key here is, getting a good shot every possession, up and down the floor. Offensively and defensively, you got to have good possessions.
Both teams were trying to fill each other out early in the game and seemed to turn it over a lot. We weren't getting much scoring there. In fact, it took us about 3 or 4 minutes for the Raiders to score out there. But good half, so you're in there with Coach Altmix. Coach Altmix is saying what?
Take care of the ball, get good shots. If they do that and they don't turn the ball over, I think we are more, we're longer, we're taller. We have a lot more, athleticism, I believe, than Benton, but we got to take care of the basketball.
There you go. 3:27 left for halftime. We'll take a break, come back, and talk more basketball and where the winner of this game goes on Thursday night. 20-19 halftime. Raiders lead over Benton. We're back with more on MechaSportsCo.com.
At Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, we believe everyone deserves a better night's sleep. Discover top mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Your purchase always includes free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old mattress. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for up to 5 years. Better bed, less money. Only at your locally owned Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, where comfort and community come together.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
And we're back at the Mecha Mobile Studio. That is brought to you by Sleep Tight. Better bed, less money. Sleep Tight, Quincy and Jacksonville. That's sleeptightmidwest.com as we do there. And so Coach was talking off there that we talked about the connection. I really thought that was neat that Richard Blakely over here went to Western, and he was going to be a farmer, he said, and roomed with 2 farmers themselves, turned into baseball players, Rick and Paul Russell. And then his partner Rick say, he was an official down here forever, Sorority, and he goes, by the way, Sally Westerhoff is my sister in Quincy. So we had some good connections beforehand. We talk about those teams, and if you joined us late and didn't get in the pregame, after the last game, we talk about the legends. We go back in the 60s, almost the 70s when you got Mark Bernbach and George Schultz. But Mark had reminded when he played, the Benton team was undefeated, ranked number 1 in the state. That's when there was one class. So the little Benton team was ranked number 1 in the state. Mark never did tell me how they did, and I think they lost because they stayed number 1 until they lost against Galesburg in the quarterfinals, and the next year, I can't remember who they lost to, but 1 loss each of the 2 years. But it was cool to hear about a name like Jim Atkins going to Bama, or Rick, I'm going to say Ugas from Georgia Tech. So, good stuff out there. By the way, where's the winner go? Champaign. Back in the old days, that was there. Now it's called the State Farm, I believe. I hope it is. Otherwise, they're going to have to get cha-ching. On Thursday, 4:15, the loser of that game will play at 8:45 for 3rd place. The winner will skip over Friday and go to Saturday the 14th at noon for 1st place. So there's your matchups there. Shout out to Scott Moore. Did I give Scott a shout out earlier? I didn't know if I did or not. He checked in with me and asked about the game. So we gave him a shout out there. Also, I want to give a shout out to Jeff Wellman. It's his birthday today. Hey, happy birthday there, Wellman, wherever you're at.
49?
Yeah. I don't remember when I got to 66. I'm having the Bartlesville, Oklahoma birthday. Phillips 66. There you go. Now we got to go get some money from them for a sponsorship. Breaking from the halftime, Raiders will take that 20-19. I'll tell you, if we can get to every quarter, although it's going to be nerve-wracking, and at the end of each quarter we can be the winner, that means you're going
well, last quarter was 12-12. Hey, you know what I mean? We played them even. We got to keep it going. And to be honest with you, coming back, because we were down, coming back to get, the 1-point lead going into the third, very big, but we got to do better.
Second half will start. Raiders basketball. Togarepi, Dolman, Reed, Allensworth trying to post up down low, getting banged, and the ball gets tipped away.
Terrible pass.
And F-Tag, that's your lineup for your Raiders. Other side, Cage with the basketball. You got Porter out front. Right corner is Hamilton. Left corner, Schaefer hanging down there, and also flashing up is Wiggs. The Raiders in their road blue, trimmed in gold and white. The maroon and white on the other side of the Rangers from Benton. Oh, almost a travel driving, and then he tries to lean in. That was pretty good stuff there.
Great defense.
Exactly.
By Reed.
Reed was taking on Porter. Porter took him right to the block and then tried to lean in. Allensworth misses, and then Jace Allensworth reaches up with his left hand outstretched and tips it after missing the shot. That was good stuff there. 22-19, a minute in. Down to the block. Oh, and a block shot coming down from Allensworth. And then Dolman saves it, but could not knock it off of Wiggs. Good hustle on three of the Raiders has taken that ball in for the layup, and I can't remember who it was, if it was Gage or who it was, but we had two Raiders going after it, and Allensworth was the second one, trailing. He blocked the shot. 2 seconds underneath 7 minutes left in the third quarter here, so we played a minute. Raiders have a 22-19 lead, playing defense now. Allensworth came over to help a little bit. Robbie Reed's out on the point. Porter going to the basket. Reed tries to reach out, block the shot. Porter got to the basket for the score.
Good defense, better offense.
Yep. Actually, Reed bumped him a couple times on the way to the basket as well. We're going to watch that up top. Almost, I just watched the instant replay. I can give that same call to you. 22-21 as the Raiders come across the timeline with the lead in the basketball. Double high post at the top of the key. Both guys roll off. Allensworth flashes down on the block. Ball goes 2 passes to the left side. Dolman, it was a lazy pass across. Dolman couldn't get to it, and taking it coast to coast is Nolan Schaefer. Now on those, that's where Gavin's got to take a step, but that pass was long. Allensworth driving in.
Travel.
Yep. Allensworth was trying to lean to get contact. The Ranger, who was guarding, just backed off. And so Jace's momentum took him into the lane. He threw a ball up on the rim. If it would have went in, it wouldn't have counted because they called traveling. And the Raiders jump out in their defense full court. Boy, that 5 call is getting awful close to 5. In the half-court set, Benton with the basketball. Clay Gage takes Togarepi, stops at the free throw line, kicks it back out. Ball stays on the left side. Robbie Reed, double team out there with Reed and Allensworth. Reed takes it away. Out to Allensworth. Allensworth goes in, up under Gage. Good! Allensworth with the basket. He's got 4 in the quarter. 9 for the ball game.
Good job on defensive end, trapping the ball, getting the steal, going the other way for an easy look.
Raiders regain the lead 24-23 in the half-court set. Wiggs going to reset it back out on the left wing. Gavin's going to pick up Nolan Schaefer. Gavin's 30 feet from the basket. Backdoor cut. Togarepi saw it, though. Good job by TJ with a steal. TJ across the timeline.
Good job defensively by the Raiders.
Right side now down in the short corner to Dolman. Dolman goes inside. Allensworth. Oh, the shot just bounced off the iron. He had the smaller Wiggs on him, and they're really trying to post it up. I don't know if it was Wiggs or if it was Gage, but they're trying to get Jace down on the block to set up.
Well, he's missed 2 or 3 of those little chippies tonight.
Keep getting close, though. It's a nice high-percentage shot. Inside 5 minutes in the third quarter, Raiders still lead 24-23. Rangers have the basketball. Right side at 30 feet. That's Nolan Schaefer. Gavin Dolman beats him to the first spot, has to pick the ball up.
Good job moving your feet.
Ball skipped over to the left side. Back to the top of the key to Gage. Gage trying to find a little avenue to go. Now he does a spin move, takes it in, partially blocked. Oh, and then Schaefer somehow gets it after the Raiders block the shot. Air ball from the corner. Togarepi the rebound. F-Tank coast to coast, dipsy-do, and he misses, but on the weak side, Jace Allensworth with a tip in. Raiders running that floor, 3-on-2, 3-on-1, and F-Tank.
Sometimes it's better to be the third person down.
And Allensworth was. F-Tank went hard, it went over the basket, and Allensworth was there for the quick tip.
3-point lead now, 4 minutes to go in the third.
Coach Weinmiller wants timeout, 4:05 left in the third. Raiders 26, Rangers 23. Back with more Raider basketball right here. MeccaSportsCo.com.
Spring is right around the corner with warm weather approaching quickly. Best Kept Sod Farm offers a full line of landscaping services. We can provide the labor. If you thrive on DIY, we can give you advice or recommendations on how to make your lawn the talk of the neighborhood. No job is too big or too small, and as always, we provide free estimates. Best Kept Sod Farm is a local company who strives for excellent customer satisfaction and takes pride in what we do. Contact us today by phoning or texting us at 217-779-0620 to discuss your project needs.
Back after the timeout, Wellman and Pettit. A little jamming going on. I like it. Timeout taken there by the Benton team. Raiders are leading 26-23. Raiders led 8-7 after one, but they were down 7-3 in that quarter. Led 20-19 at half, but we were down 19-10 before scoring the last 10 points of the half. Raiders got the first bucket of the second half, led 22-19. Lead went back the other way, 23-22. Raiders have taken it back and up 3.
That's what you said, Joel. We've led every quarter, but not been a comfortable lead. Let's put it like that.
The only comfortable lead is when the buzzer goes off and you're up by 1. That feels comfortable then sometimes. All the times.
Maybe.
Exactly. Benton has the basketball. Raiders in their man-to-man. Schaefer out at 30 feet. Tries to make a move against Dolman. Makes a spin move. Spin move, though, was out of control. Rebound by Allensworth. Jace looked up and said, no call, because Allensworth went down, the ball went out of bounds. Just good hustle. You notice
this
on
is
that,
super sectional basketball.
And you notice Schaefer, when he's backing in, he doesn't really have the fluid move. He's trying to get contact or trying to get the guy go up into the air instead of making his move. Make a good move. I think the Raiders are staying on the floor. Sully Walker into the game. Reed, Allensworth, Walker, Togarepi. And Togarepi with defense there. F-Tank went inside out, and then it went down to the left corner. Hamilton hits his third 3 of the ball game. Ties it up at 26. He's got 11. He had a 3 in the first and second quarter. Got to watch where he's at. The only other 3 came from Gage in the second quarter. Trying to bounce it inside. Walker bounced it in, but Allensworth wasn't posted up there, and Gage took it away. Schaefer across the timeline. Ooh, held that ball a long time in his hands. Could have been an overlapping. They get it to their point guard. Approaching 3 minutes left, third quarter. He starts to make a move to the basket. Bounces it down to Porter in the short corner, left side. He's trying to work against Allensworth. Doesn't work. Gage gets it back. The point guard's in the left corner. Tried to pull up from 15. Had Walker and Allensworth there stopping him. Inside 3 minutes, third quarter. Porter taking a drive to the basket. Porter brings the fast feet together in the middle of 3 Raiders. I don't think he was worried about making the shot. He wanted to get to the free throw line. Sully Walker gets called on the foul, his first, since they didn't give that one to him in the first half. So he's got 1. First foul of the second half on the Raiders. I think for both teams, actually. And Porter heads the line to shoot 2. Off the front of the iron and right back at him. He did complete that 3-point play in the second quarter. And the Rangers were 4 out of 5 in the first half. Make that 4 out of 6 now.
This game's getting very physical.
Second free throw is good. 1 out of 2. Benton retakes the lead, 27-26. Raiders in the half-court set. Togarepi, short corner to Reed. Back out to TJ on the wing. Allensworth took that same spot now down the block. He's trying to post up Porter. He gets the ball, goes strong to the basket. Good! Good entry pass from Robbie Reed. And Allensworth, 8 points in this quarter. He's got 13 for the ball game.
Well, you got to wait for him to get open. You know what I mean? He puts his hand up, then you throw it to him.
Schaefer gets it out. Gage got it. I thought he traveled first of all, but Gage got all the way to the basket.
Oh.
And then Porter gets right point blank, out of control. Robbie Reed turns around and caps the ball, but got some arm because they'll call Robbie for his second foul.
And we're shooting 2 free throws on that one.
That was on the floor, wasn't it? Okay, it's not. Thought it was. It definitely was on the drive.
That's what I thought, too.
Because most of the Benton guys have not gone to the basket to take a shot. They're going to create contact or get a pump fake. And there's our great rule there. First free throw was missed. So questionable on the call. That's the old fun way to put it. 2:15 left. At the line still is Drake Porter trying to tie the ball game up. And does. 1 out of 2. 3 out of 5 on the night for him. 28-28. Raiders with the basketball in the half-court set. Bo F. Tank at the top. Both teams playing man-to-man the entire game. I've not seen a zone out of either one.
No.
Not even out of bounds, I don't think.
Well, I think the Raiders did a little bit of 1-2-2 full court earlier, but they're back into man now.
Dolman on the short corner. Kicks it back out. Jace Allensworth hits a three-pointer. Inside out. You got to love it. Jace with the connection out there. Somebody must have tipped the ball as they track it down. And by the way, Kevin Vanderment, Eric Bracey, Cindy Cook, J. Scott Mills, that's some of your teammates out there in your project planner. Jack McKenzie way, that's Woodmart Building Center, and that's the seminary, by the way, where they play soccer. And the legend Jack McKenzie. 1:50 left in the third quarter. Raiders lead.
Big shot by Allensworth.
Exactly. Good job by Dolman getting it out after he drew the defense as he was in the short corner. He didn't take and force a shot. Driving to the basket, Cage. Dolman was down low. Dolman did a great job of staying with him. Cage continues to make the moves, fakes and moves, and he got Robbie Reed in the air, and Robbie got to stay on the floor. The Raiders have quick enough jumpers and height that they should be able to get him. But if you let him keep pumping like that, Gage misses the first free throw, he'll have another. No doubt about the foul, because once you get up in the air, you're SOL.
Oh, yeah.
Second shot is up. It is good. 1 out of 2 for Gage. 3 out of 4 on the night. Raiders get in the half-court set. Left corner, Togarepi. Walker, Togarepi on the left side. Now they go in Allensworth. Spins, short hook. Count it! Allensworth trying to get maybe an and one as well. Weak side help was coming.
Well, that's like college body. 6'3", big and strong. He's going to fit well in, with Coach Hoyt over at QU.
Here's a steal. Togarepi, a steal from behind. Allensworth down to Togarepi. Togarepi misses. Ball's touched, and it will be Raider basketball. We had Dolman in there trying to get the rebound. Also, I believe it was Schaefer. Check that, Porter. Last touched it. So with 1:05 left, third quarter action, Raiders with a 4-point lead.
Well, great job on the defensive end, then taking it down for easy looks on the other end.
Allensworth all the way around the formation. On the right block, good. Togarepi gives it to Jace, point blank, and he puts it in.
35-29, less than a minute to go here in the third.
Good D-stand and maybe turn around an offense if you get the ball. The key here is just stop the defense and go in with a 6-point lead after 3.
Well, to be honest with you, if they want to sit out there and dribble it, let them do it, yeah.
Watch the threes, though, and that would mean watching number 21 sitting down low. That's T.J. Hamilton. He's at 3 in the ball game. Gage is out there with T.J. 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Because they don't want to go at it and get another shot. So
yeah, they give us another shot. That makes the game an 8-point game or maybe a 9.
Yep.
Down to 20 seconds. Boring is the chant from the QND student section. Sometimes boring is good, but not when you're trying to get it.
I'm good, up 6.
Boy, the Raiders went out there with 2 or 3 man, now down to 7 seconds. Drive into the hole. Good drive. Togarepi was the help.
Go.
Steal and a half. There it is. Schaefer made the basket. I had to wait to hear that. Raiders went down to try to put a shot up. Didn't go. It was taken away. But the buzzer went off, and after 3 quarters, your QND Raiders 35, the Benton Rangers 31. Back with the fourth quarter, and it's fun stuff. It's IHSA basketball right here, mechasportsco.com. And this is why we play. That's what it said. The fun of it all, high school basketball. It's about grades. It's about learning. It's about community. But tonight in the fourth quarter, it's about having the final score one more point than your opponent and heading to state.
Well, and QND's been there all year. Let's face it. I mean, they've been either number one or number two, basically the whole season. They're a very good team, seasoned team. You got 4 seniors that start. I expect them to be where they're at now, up by 4. And, let's hopefully we close this thing out. Then we'll see you at the State Farm.
I love it, Coach.
On Thursday.
You're talking about either 1 or 2. And as I'm in Springfield, I always hear that ad from a guy up there that's they want to be number 1 in the number 2 business. They're a plumbing company.
Yeah, number 1 and the number 2. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Fourth quarter, it's going to be Benton's basketball. Raiders come out with Togarepi, F-Tank, Sully Walker, Robbie Reed, and Gavin Dolman. Sorry, TJ and Bo each have first names as well. Ball working to us in our living room, but left or right on your dial. Clay Cage, the point guard, stays in there with TJ Hamilton. Nolan Schaefer with the basketball now. Drake Porter trying to go in on Reed. Does a good job, but Reed does a better job. But then gets the offensive rebound and gets the putback. I'll tell you, that could have been a foul. Porter gets the basket. Reed could have been called on the foul. He leaned those hands in a little bit. I think I missed one.
I think he's got, 3 now? So that'd be
Robbie does have 3. That's our only guy with foul trouble.
Yep.
Other side, they've only got a few guys with 1 foul. They have 3 fouls total, I believe. Togarepi. Oh, and a good flashing Walker. Kicks it back out to F-Tank. Boo! F-Tank for 3. Ball went inside to Walker on the block. F-Tank gets it from the outside pass.
So that was a bow 3? Is what we're going to call
yes,
it?
I like
a bow
that.
3.
It's all good there, baby. And it's for every room and for every project as Gavin Dolman with a steal. Dolman in. Oh, and he got his man up in the air. Schaefer commits his second foul, and the ball takes 3 bounces on the rim. But Gavin will go on the line to shoot 2 instead of having an and 1.
Once again, you got the defense turning into easy transition offense.
And just there, he again, that time he went in, controlled, but at the same time when he got there, he knew he wanted to fake and get the guy up. Almost got it. Allensworth checks back in the ball game. Togarepi checks out. Dolman will have 1 more. 38-33. Raiders by 5 with 6:52 left in the ball game. Dolman got 2 guys on the line with Allensworth and F-Tank. Dolman, nothing but net on that one. That one had a little definition to it as it hit the rim and went straight down. Full court pressure being applied by the Raiders. In the backcourt is Wiggs. He's bringing it up against his numeral counterpart. Jace Allensworth gets a steal. Wow, I'm not sure about that call, but we'll take it. You know my feelings about this. Here's what happened, folks. Allensworth tips the ball away. He dives for it, and when he hits the floor and grabs the ball, Altmix is calling timeout, and they gave the timeout. I know it looked like he was going to secure it, and it looked like he might call timeout, but boy, that's a quick
And it looked like he might have slid, a little bit and get a traveling call. But
exactly. Now, that's the one key, though. When you do hit the floor, I think they give you that little bit of move there, and then wherever your butt's at, if you start moving, it's going to be traveling. But if you'll stay sitting.
Well, he was on his side going down,
yes.
So I thought we had a traveling call coming up if Coach Altmix didn't get the timeout.
No doubt. I'll tell you what was the old the thing you pulled out in your backyard with the blue and put water on? The slip and slide.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it looked like. He was on the slip and slide. I had one of those in the neighborhood, and Jace was a neighbor. He might have been on my slip and slide.
Oh, yeah. I mean, great effort, the defensive end, getting down and getting the ball, by Allensworth.
6:44 left. Raiders lead 39-33, and they have the basketball. Ooh, coming up there was Clay Gage trying to take it away from Dolman.
This is a big offensive possession. You can stretch it out to, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Tried to throw it on the back, on the baseline. 3 guys were guarding our guy. Then the ball goes over to the baseline, and it was right there where Bo F-Tank was, and one of the Rangers threw it off of Bo.
Well, a little bit better patience on that offensive possession. Let's get a stop here and go back down and then be patient.
Well, if you had 3 players on our 1 guy down there, that meant somebody else had to be open.
Yeah.
Clay Gage in the backcourt with TJ Togarepi on him. Schaefer will take it down the left side. As here on the right side of the corner is Porter. He pops out on the wing to get it. F-Tank guards him. Porter waves everybody across. Hands it off to Schaefer, who came across from the left. Back over there, and that was that pass looking for Hamilton to take the three behind a screen. Keep an eye on number 21. Driving to the basket. Good bump on the way. Bo F-Tank with a little check there. Porter got F-Tank to commit his first foul. Team's first.
Got to have a little bit better help side, on the week there. Hard hedge and then recover.
Both teams with one foul apiece. F-Tank goes out. Robbie Reed checks back in, so Reed and Walker up at the high post with Togarepi, Allensworth, and Dolman down underneath the basket. Trying to get the ball as Wiggs has to come all the way out to the right side. Schaefer got it. Dolman guards him. Schaefer, well, I think drug his 1 foot. That being Porter. Good quick three passes there. Gets the ball in Hamilton's hands. I'd rather have it in Hamilton's hands to do something with other than Hamilton sitting behind a screen somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's sitting over here in the right corner. We went behind his screen last time in the first half. Gage got in the lane. Passed the ball inside. Almost a push-off on the offensive move, but no. Missed the shot by Porter. Togarepi rebound.
Finish.
Down court, Allensworth with a score. Great job there. Togarepi got the rebound. Moved the ball up court. Allensworth strong to the basket, 41-33.
Great job on the defensive end by the Raiders on that last possession.
Timeout. Give the assist to Togarepi as Allensworth another basket and a timeout taken by the Rangers. Raiders lead 41 with a 6-point run, 41-33. We're back with more Raider basketball right here, MeccaSportsCo.com.
This stream is brought to you by Mecca Sports Co., your streaming platform for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams. Be sure to subscribe and like on YouTube and Facebook. Just search Mecca Sports Co., and you won't miss a thing from QHS Blue Devils and Lady Devils with coverage for the QND Raiders and Lady Raiders on the road. Be sure to visit MeccaSportsCo.com for the complete schedule of games and more.
Back at SIU, we never went anywhere.
Hey, Nate, if you want to listen to the game on the way home from this long drive, turn MeccaSportsCo.com on.
You can hear it twice.
And you can listen to it again.
Twice, maybe even, in that 4 hours. Benton has the basketball. Raiders have an 8-point lead. 5:15 left in this game.
Good ball pressure by the Raiders on the defensive end.
Boy, and looking up, too. We fill lanes fast. Down the block. Trying to make a move. Porter. He's trying to bag Reed. Flashing in. Oh, should have been a travel was Cage. Gets it to Porter. Porter's off-balance shot. Oh, and it went up and in.
Tough shot.
Went in and went straight up in the air and then came back in. That's
tough shot. I mean, you keep doing that on the defensive end, you'll be fine.
Raiders have the ball with a 6-point lead. Allensworth with a spin at the elbow. Owes the hole. Yeah, I was going to say, they better call the foul. I think Benton wanted traveling. The reason Jace would have traveled was their man checked him with a two-hand shiver.
Well, and the Raider fans want to be, basket good and
one.
shoot one.
You got it. Second foul against Benton. I believe they called it on Porter, his first.
All's fair in love and basketball.
You got it, baby. Porter comes out now, shaking his right arm like he might have got a stinger. Raiders will have it under their basket. 3 guys at the top elbow with Bo F-Tank on the right elbow.
Let's get a good look here.
F-Tank comes around the screen. Nobody, drops it inside. Another push inside. Allensworth, if you're going to get, and this is what Benton realizes, if Allensworth catches the ball within 6 feet of the basket, you better push him, because if you don't, he's going to take it hard.
Well, when you put Gage on him at 5'10", and Allensworth is, 6'3" and physical, that ain't going to work for Benton.
Can't tell you who the foul was on. I got to believe it was on Schaefer, because I see 3 some 120 feet away from me. Raiders inbound it. F-Tank in lane. F-Tank strong to the basket. Bo got the pass from Togarepi. I'll tell you, TJ handles that basketball so well.
Great out-of-bounds play by Coach Almix.
43-35, Raiders by 8. 4.5 left in this one. Hang on to your drink, your meal, your closest loved one. Raiders with that lead, playing tough defense. Allensworth out high on his numeral counterpart. That was Wiggs.
Switching man-to-man defense.
Whoa, did they call the – if they missed that, I think they missed that. because 33, Dane Kruger came in. He's only the second sub.
Very physical screen.
They called Reed for the fourth foul when actually Kruger gave a screen and was starting to set a block. He looks like an offensive lineman maybe, or fullback. He quickly goes out of the game. Benton gets their lineup back in there with Schaefer, Hamilton, Gage, Wiggs. One of those other guys. Here we go, Porter, excuse me. From the right corner, three-pointer was partially blocked. Air ball. Saving the ball. Well, two guys were saving it, Schaefer and Porter.
Two Benton boys.
Yep, and that's the problem. Both of them touched it. Raider basketball, 4:04. Now we get the substitutions. Gage goes out. Checking in is number 15. That's Jacob Van Horn. Also checking out is Porter.
Big possession here. I mean, you're up by 8 now. I mean, you can stretch this to a double-digit lead, with the good, What was that?
Well, it was a quick foul. They want to do it in the backcourt. I guess they want to stretch this last 4 minutes out. Van Horn will get his first.
That's their fourth, of the quarter. So next one we'll be shooting 2.
2 the rest of the way out. It's 4 minutes exactly on the board. In the backcourt, Bo F. Tank. Three-quarter courts brings it up. Across the timeline now to the right side.
Now it's time to be patient, Raiders. Oh, well, we're going to shoot free throws.
Okay. Wow, I don't know if I'd be starting at this early, but hey, we'll take it. Now, in the day of the bonus, I would definitely be doing this. But in the day of the double bonus,
well, we got to step up to the line here and finish the game off on the free throw line, shooting free throws and or layups.
By the way, I talked to Altmix last game in the postgame. He thought he was 50%. They were 18 for 27, 67%. I knew we were doing well as Togarevi misses the first one. It was more important than that game.
Well, you know how coaches are. If you miss one, man, we're at 50.
Well,
hey,
Bo hit his 2. We had Marth hit 2 and Togarevi, but we had a couple misses in there. But 3:52 left, 43-35. TJ has one more. F. Tank and Allensworth will be back at the top of the key to the
Well,
half-court.
you go 1 for 2. Oh, yeah. Well, you go 1 for 2. They come down to 3. You're losing points. You got to make sure that, you defend, keep the ball spread, keep the ball moving, in the offensive
And
end.
if anything, a contested 2-point shot is what we'd like to see. No open threes. Double team out there on the left side. Cage was having a tough time getting it out. Cage gets it back at the top. He's got Gavin Dolman on him. Right side passes to Porter. Porter's going to go man-to-man against Sully Walker. Coming over to help. TJ was too late.
Oh.
Togarevi came running in with his hands high up and made contact. For TJ, it'll be his third foul. Third team foul, so one more for us to give up. We're shooting double bonuses. Drake Porter will go to the line. On the night, he hit that in that first quarter or second quarter, he got the blue collar 3, meaning he made a free throw. Since then, he's 2 out of 5. Gage goes over and sits down, well as Van Horn.
I mean, the Raider defense has just strangled this Benton offense.
Second one does go in. A little touch there as it bounced over. 44-36, Raiders by 8.
Yeah, we've given them 36 points here in 3.5 quarters.
Raiders with F. Tank having it. He's at the Saluki at half court. That's kind of a greyhound dog. I don't have the exact, but it definitely is. Wouldn't that be a good explanation?
I have no idea. None whatsoever.
Van Horn commits his third foul. All of this, of course, he's out there to do that. And it sends TJ back to the line to shoot 2 more. Dead ball points are always good, and the first one is. And when we mean dead ball points.
Dead ball points are great.
Yes.
Not good, they're great.
If we're the ones getting them, yes. And by the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, that means the clock is stopped. So it's a dead ball, and we're scoring. So I like to break it down for the little people.
Well, and, to be honest, going up by 10, we want the clock keep running. You know what I mean?
Rolls out. Rebounded out there by Porter.
So 2 out of 4 for Togarevi.
Yep.
Last 2 trips to the line.
9-point lead by the Raiders, 45-36 with 3 minutes left. Flashing out to the right side is Wiggs. Wiggs brings it up on his numeral counterpart. That's Jace Allensworth. Clay now takes it to the hole. Good first step. Oh, and a good move, but he missed the shot. Rebounded by Allensworth. That was a good move by Clay Cage. But the Raiders close out with the rebound.
Wide open look. You know what I mean? Just missed the layup.
These guys must have a good first step if he's beating TJ to the hole. Bo starts the drive, kicks it in, now kicks it out. 2.5. Raiders are going to play a little keep away.
Well, he's one of those little quirky dudes. You know what I mean? That, shot fakes, ball fakes.
Oh, he's
before he goes.
Yep.
He's a tough guard.
If you're not fundamental, by the way, that foul was on Porter. His second. Allensworth threw the line to shoot 2. It was like Lee Conover used to talk about a guy in the courts of New York. Herman Helicopter. Great player, but he couldn't stay on the ground. Herman Helicopter. So what do you think Tommy Neiman and all those guys called the senior that was jumping a lot? Yeah, that's right, Herman Helicopter. Second one, no good. Rebounded by Reed.
Bring it out.
Dolman kicks it back out now. Raiders make one and now get fouled again. Cage is going to be his second foul. Yeah, Cage is very cagey in that way, as it is. I think Cage came from back in the day when the court was on a stage and actually they had chicken wire in a cage. Believe it or not, that's where that came from. And if you don't believe it, I'll have to find out and show it to you. Togarepi gets the first free throw.
Up by 11 now with 2:21 to go, 47-36.
Bo F. Tank looking back. I think he's looking back this way. Second one good by Togarepi. TJ gives us a 48-36 lead by 12. 2:15 left. Right side, Schaefer drives, kicks it in the left corner. Raiders close down on it, but one more pass. Gage got a three-point shot, no good. Weak side long rebound, Bo F. Tank. Gets it to Allensworth, keep away. Reed
out
to F. Tank in the half-court set. Bo says, I want to hang on to it because I'm a good free throw shooter. But he gets it over to TJ Togarepi. Flashing over there, here's Jackson Wiggs, his second foul. Yeah, just imagine if you had to shoot bonuses for the 7th and 8th and 9th shot. I mean, that's a big transition there. But we play with the rules that we were given a couple of years ago. I like them tonight. Good free throw. Raiders are last. 6 points.
Well, yeah, Togarepi's been very good at the line. Very good at the line.
He hits both of them this time.
So we're at, 4 for 6 or
the last
6
7.
for 8?
He is
6 for 8?
6 for 8. Shot from the right side, 3, no good. Rebounded by F-Tank, 1:50 left. Bo gets it out to Allensworth. Jace will go down court. Robbie Reed will go to the hole and throw it down with 2 hands. Robbie Reed coming from the right side. Allensworth got the ball. Reed throws it down, 2 hands.
The finish right there, baby.
Raiders lead by 16. And now Robbie, after he throws down the dunk, gets called on the baseline for a hand check. It'll be his 5th foul with 1:34 left.
Well, that's the way to end it right there. Dunk and then get your 5th foul and,
Robbie had
Hey, I tell you what, that finished it off right there with a 16-point lead with 1:34 to go.
Awesome stuff. Reed fouls out with 9 points. He had a 3-pointer to start off his scoring. Box out of bounds play comes from Benton with 1:34 left. Robbie, nice throw it down. Partially blocked from outside. Good job by the Raiders. Raiders don't go after the ball, but Sully Walker gets it. And Sully gets mobbed. Mobbed? I was trying to get the word out for that one. Hamilton was there as well as Gage.
Hammered. Is that the word you're looking for?
You got it.
Well, the Benton's in the mode now to foul, and hopefully they go 1 for 2, come down and hit a 3. Being down by 16, with 1:25 to go in the game.
Double shots for Sully Walker.
And I tell you what, Benton's bringing in their subs now, so.
They're basically giving it up as their subs are coming in. Down 52-36 with 1:25 left.
And the Raiders are going to State, baby. State Farm, here we come.
Now, normally I would say, Coach, you're a little bit quick on that, but I think when they start pulling off all their guys, I'm going to let you go with it. Nice job by Benton, by the way, on that. Some of their big wins to get here. They were 28-6. Walker's second free throw, good. Sully connects. Start making your plans, Raider fans. 4:15 Thursday. Champaign. Subs coming in. Van Horn stayed in. Lane Crossland came in. Also, Caleb Dawson. We'll give these guys from you. From the top of the key, three-pointer no good. Dolman gets the rebound. No fouls. Also back in the game, Dane Kruger. And I think I got all their guys.
Raiders are emptying their bench now.
Yep, check that. Yep.
We need a timeout.
Caleb Dawson was the other one. Call a timeout. Well, maybe not, he says. Still 56 seconds. Now Coach Altmix calls it with 52.1. Coach was like, I'm still coaching. Do I have enough of a lead, or not? Or do I go ahead?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're good now. I mean, great fourth quarter, by the Raiders tonight.
Stick around as we'll have the post-game show brought to you by Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Brian Harms and Company. And we'll hear from Coach Altmix. The coach's comments brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group, Faith Family and Giving Back. 17-point lead by the Raiders with 50 seconds. Xavier Douglas in the game. I told Rick over here he wouldn't have to worry about getting Xavier on the bench, and he got him. Like how he wrote him in. Also in the game is John Vemverlo. Mason Craig came in. Of course, he's wearing Jackson Canoyer's number. Royce Boyd came in. I'm missing one guy. He's hiding down there on the lane as Vemverlo's going to get a chance to be in the scoring column. Oh, check that. Mason Craig is. And Mason nails it. Or Jackson Canoyer, whoever you want to give those points to. By the way, the Raiders.
Well, I'm thinking Mason wants them. Sorry.
Ran off the last 10 points unanswered and been at the free throw line for all but that one dunk.
Well, yeah. I'll tell you what, a great job, on the defensive end, shutting this team down in the fourth quarter.
55-36, Raiders by 19. 30 seconds left from the left wing. Three-pointer, no good. Inside rebound. Our big man, Royce Boyd. Trying to see who else. We got everybody in there. Also 33, Patrick Ginnebacher, if I missed somebody. Down to 15 seconds. And there's the Raiders student body. They're excited about this one.
Oh, they're hyped big time. They're ready for champagne.
Coach Altmix came and went ahead and cheered over there in front of them. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and there's your final buzzer.
Doesn't get any better.
Raiders are going to state. Champaign bound. I would have looked up the highways from here, but I figured they're not the same highways that I take all the time. But the Raiders 55, the Benton Rangers 36. Benton will end 28-7. On the other side for the Raiders, they will improve to 31-3. Good stuff, Coach.
31-1.
Yeah, I know. I had a 3 in my head.
Yeah, you had 3 in your head.
I just couldn't get rid of it.
I mean, this job defensively, by the Raiders, especially in the second half, unbelievable. I mean, third quarter, they gave them, 5 points?
Let's see. We got from 19 to 30. Well,
31.
31, yes, to 36.
They gave them 5 points, in the fourth quarter. They shut it down, and turned this game into a close game, into a, walk away. And there's the wood down there, the super sectional wood. They going to get some nets down here.
At half court, right at the Saluki. All the Raiders are in a circle. Now they tell people you can't run the court, so the Raiders run right down and meet them under the basket, and they're getting mugged as they've got the hardware. We've got a regional title, a sectional title. We win the super sectional. Hey, why not win state?
I always said it beginning of the year, when, the ratings start coming out. You've had Peoria Manual and Quincy Notre Dame up the top the whole year, and you got Manual coming from the other side and Notre Dame coming from down south. That would be one heck of a final.
And of course, Manual beat
in Champaign.
And West Hancock. I know we got so used to going there in West Hancock. Well, it'll be the first time the Raiders will be in Champaign since 1974-75, I believe, because our other trips have been to Peoria.
Yep.
And so that had been back with the Chris Kern, Mike Reel, Jay Frericks, Tim Ketters. Oh, name them all there. I think Ted Wolf was on the team. Ted Evercamp.
That was a pretty good team.
Oh, they were very good there, too. And they went into the postseason under 500 and didn't get to 500 until they were almost through points there. I think it was 14-14 before they took fourth place at state. Raiders are going to write a new chapter as they're going to head up the state on Thursday at 4:15. Of course, we'll be there too, so we'll be same way. It'll be the National Federation of High School Sports. And if you try to pick it up on the
audio only, that's all we get. You get to listen to us yabber, about high school basketball.
Well, and then you look at it as well, you'll find that if you try to watch it on TV, some of the people that tried to watch the National Federation of High School Sports camera said we were about 10 seconds ahead because we are live. Even when we were with our camera, it was live. We were right there. So that was some good stuff there. Thank you very much, sir. As the stats come up here. Hey, let's go ahead and do this first of all. Let's take a break. That'll do it for the regular portion of our broadcast. We have the post-game show, the coach's comments, Coach Pettit and my comments, and a lot of comments heading the rest of this week as we get excited. Get your posters out, right on your car with all your spray, paint that will come off hopefully, and get ready to head, not Highway 104, we'll take Highway 72, all the way over to Champaign. Your final score here from SIU, your QND Raiders 55, the Benton Rangers 36, and the QND Raiders are state-bound, and we'll be back with the postgame right here, MeccaSportsCo.com.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QND Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
It's that time of year and spring is right around the corner. With Best Kept Sod Farm Services, you can rest assured that our team of landscape professionals will provide all of your landscaping needs. We offer sod sales, delivery, and installation, and also full-service landscaping solutions and property maintenance to achieve that desirable curb appeal. Don't wait. Call or text Best Kept Sod Farm today at 217-779-0620 to discuss your landscaping needs.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argerbright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argerbright Electric. Home rewiring? Argerbright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argerbright Electric. 224-5557.
And a proud sponsor of radio basketball tonight has been 8 Open, a Southern Kitchen 601 Main in Quincy, and also their sister or brother, their relation, Atlas Slice 121 North 6 in Quincy. Chef-driven craft pizzas and wings from an open flame high heat oven. That's Atlas Slice. And across the street, 8 Open, a Southern Kitchen 601 Main, Quincy. Proud sponsors of Raider basketball.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And welcome to the Hardee's postgame show brought to you by Brian Harms. Brian Harms, of course, 30th and Broadway. Our halftime sponsor, and by the way, our postgame sponsor, excuse me, I was thinking about those fish that he's got out there, 2 for $7 right now. Hey, here's the way this game started at 7 o'clock. Benton got the first basket. Raiders hit a 3. Took a while for us to score. We're down 7-3. Then we scored the last 5 points of the first quarter. Low scoring, but the Raiders led 8-7. 7-point run by Benton going into the second quarter. Raiders get a basket, but then turn around and give another 5-point run. So a 12-2 run to start the second quarter off. We're down 19-10. Raiders pick up the D, turn it to offense. Robbie Reed's tip after Bo F. Tank's missed shot, and we have a 20-19 lead at the half, so leading after 2 quarters. Next quarter goes back and forth. 23-22, we're down. Raiders get it up 26-25. 26-23, excuse me. Tied at 26, Benton takes the lead. Tied at 28. Raiders take the lead with a 3-pointer, 31-28, and the Raiders close out the quarter leading by 4, 35-31. First basket of the fourth quarter, Benton made it. They'll make one more basket and one more free throw as the Raiders run a 6-point run, a mini 3, and then they turn around with that last 11-point run. So basically that fourth quarter was pretty awesome stuff. What did we say, 20-5?
20-5 in the fourth quarter. I mean, great job of closing out.
Indeed.
I would sing now, but, we'll get dinged, so I can't do that.
I got to get my little drink in there from Mountain Dew. Thank you very much. Wow, what a good ball game there, Coach. We've talked about it all along. Defense takes you to the championships.
Defense wins ships.
You got it.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
And the Raiders have done that throughout the postseason. They've done it throughout the season as well. When they get it, they crank it up. And when they crank the defense up, what's so great is, we talked about that last game where both teams were really overplaying, full court, and it was 2 passes away is where the open guy was, and the Raiders would get by that first level and get it there. Tonight, same way. We got by a couple times where we pushed it down and got easy layups, but it's layups and free throws. So,
that's the way you close out games. Especially the last 2-3 minutes of the ball game, you pull it out. You make them come guard you. And you make sure that you're getting your hands in the in the passing lanes and then going down for the easy baskets. On the transition offense.
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We had a little shirt in there for a moment there. So, hey, Coach Almix, love that you're running the stairs, first of all. We'll go ahead and run the rest of the place in there. Hey, you're going to state. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Good stuff tonight.
It's special. For both, I think, all these seniors, everything that they put in. And I'll be honest, it was an emotional moment for me. Mom's birthday. And, anniversary of her birthday. And knowing that her and my dad are enjoying this up in heaven is a special moment for me. So, but yeah, these guys, I tell you what, people ask about it, and I haven't had many groups that have come in from the beginning of the season and just said, what do we need to do? What do we need to do to have the success that we want? And from their attitudes, their work ethic, their character, the things that we've asked them to do, it's never been any question. The sacrifices, people were wanting their time this weekend. And I told them, I said, no, we're going through our routine. We're going to celebrate it in the end, because I told them, I said, it's hard to get where you're going when you're looking in the rearview mirror. And so we're not going to look back. We'll enjoy this eventually. Next week, I told them, Saturday night, we'll kick back Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, how many ever days it takes, and we'll look back and enjoy this. But now's not the time. Now is the time where we have to be looking forward, making sure we're focused, we're composed, and we're doing what has to be done. And I tell you what, I get a call from Carter Cramsey, and, had a nice conversation with Carter. Carter just got my number from his brother and, gave me a call, and we had a good conversation about just that. And, the credit goes to these guys. I cannot say how impressed I have been with everything that they've been willing to do. And so when this happens as a coach, you hope and you pray for it. And, we're blessed by God to be able to be here, have this opportunity, and they took advantage of it.
Love that you were down there in front of the stands with the kids, before the clock went down too, pointing and giving it to them. By the way, I forgot it was your mom's birthday, because I always go through St. Boniface and say hi there.
Yep.
And she's got my birthday. And so,
okay.
And also Seal Kuhlman, Mrs. Kuhlman, also has the same birthday as well. So I'll give it to your mom first on that one, though. Although I like this one too. I'll take a little birthday gift on this one.
Exactly, and it's funny. There's just little things that, Coach A was talking about. Hey, when we've been blessed, my sons and I, to have gone through this before. And, on every trip there are certain things that just, hey. and you're kind of like, okay, bus breaking down. You're like, okay, we get it. We're going to have these stories to tell. And it just didn't seem like the story was finished, was going to be over tonight. So, I don't say anything like that to the boys. But, there's just certain things that you feel comfortable with. And, fortunately, God blessed me with a wonderful team this year.
Twofold on this. Obviously, you mentioned you can celebrate later. And that's what you do, because this year we've been celebrating Gavin Dolman's grandpa. We've been talking about Don Schutte and Tom Sparrow and the guys who won back then.
Yes.
We've been talking – those guys have talked about it for years. So you're going to have plenty of time once it's all over to get it. But let's go – without breaking the game down, it goes back to one thing again, team defense and the intensity right there.
Oh, most definitely. It was ironic because at our shoot-around today, we were talking about 10 feet. 10 feet. Difference between a college court and a high school court. And we're like, none of us are Einsteins here, but it's like, okay, extra 10 feet, 50, 60 possessions a game, getting up and down. When is the high school game over? And we were thinking, end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, high school game, a normal high school game is over with. And ironically enough, it seemed like it was early in the fourth quarter when we were able to extend that lead.
Well, yeah, in the fourth quarter, I think you gave up 5 points. Outscored them 20-5. I mean, you guys got after it in the fourth quarter. And, when you did that, with the deflections and everything, transition offense, got some easy looks, in the fourth quarter.
Oh, definitely. And that's the difference. Our guys feel like they can go a full game and then some. And, you get on a college court. Okay, we're going to have another college court, this weekend. So, I mean, we've had success at Illinois Wesleyan during Christmas. We had success now tonight. And, I mean, I think our guys enjoy playing on a bigger court.
I think they're in shape enough as well. So, good stuff. Congratulations, Coach Altmix and the Raiders. Happy birthday, Ruth Altmix out there, and also Mrs. Kuhlman. I got mine there.
And Mr. Wallman.
And, yes,
happy birthday,
I
just enjoyed being here for this one. So.
You know what I mean?
Good job there, Greg.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you Thursday. Good deal. All right there. As Coach is talking to the other guys as well. We'll take a quick break, and we'll hear from QND Auto Group, and then we're back with the Hardee's postgame right here at SIU as the Raiders win and advance 55-36 here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
QND Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit QND Honda.
And QND Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit QND Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how QND makes it easy.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
Back at the Mecca Mobile Studio, it is set up at Carbondale. That's Southern Illinois University. Lots of maroon here tonight, but not enough that can take the blue and gold of the Raiders from going to state tournament.
Well, I tell you what, the Mecca Mobile Studio has been around the block plus, in this. I mean, we started out in Edwardsville, Waterloo,
Pleasant Plains,
Notre Dame. Notre Dame. We've been all over this beautiful state of Illinois, and Raiders come out on top tonight. With a great effort, on the defensive end. If you're going to give up 36 points in the game, you're going to win most of them.
And speaking of 36 points, let's break down the box scores here. First of all, for the QND Raiders, now 31-1, not 3. And it won't be 3 after the weekend. I'm projecting that. Raiders were led by Jace Allensworth, 23 points. He ate it up in the third quarter. He had 15, I believe, in the third quarter. Tried to post him up down low. We did post him up down low. Tips. I mean, Jace really said, look, all the seniors did. I'm not ready to get in the season yet, and I love that. 23 out of him, 9 points from Robbie Reed before he fouled out with 134, and the two-hand throwdown. Last week from the left baseline, this week from the right wing. Good stuff out there. 7 points out of TJ Togarepi, all from the charity stripe. They were all very important out there. 6 from Sully Walker off the bench. 5 from Bo F. Tank. Dropping down by 3, Gavin Dolman. 2 from Mason Craig as he hit free throws at the end of the game. In the game early, Caden Marth as well as Rowan Stegeman. And then in the ball game at the very end, Xavier Douglas. I don't know if Bias got in, but I'm going to mention Anthony Bias anyway. Brody Gilbert, John Vemberlo, Patrick Gittenbacher, Royce Boyd. Victor Harsell did not get in, I don't think. And if Bias didn't, and Trip Flesh. But we're going to mention all those guys because they're on the team, but they're going to state, which is some good stuff. On the other side, Benton, 28-7 as they end their season. 2 in double figures. Drake Porter had 12. TJ Hamilton had 11. 3 trays from outside, but did not score in the fourth. Only Porter scored in the fourth, by the way. Same thing we did against Roxanne. I think it was with STEM. And just did a great job out there. 7 points out of Nolan Schaefer. 6 points from Clay Gage. And that was it. 4 guys scored on the other side for the Rangers. Jackson Wiggs, Jacob Van Horn, Caleb Dawson, Ethan McCommons. I'm not sure if he got in, but we'll give it to him. Dane Kruger and Lane Crossland. All the guys on the Rangers side. But good stuff. And, Coach, at halftime, you pointed out a stat, assist to turnovers. We were down by 3 or 4 assists to turnovers.
It was 4 assists with 7 turnovers. We ended up the game with 13 assists and 12 turnovers. So we took care of the basketball better in the second half, which, fueled the offense. And then with the defense picking it up, that's the way this team's going to be successful. Taking care of the basketball and playing defense.
Taking care of business. Sounds like I've talked about that for 4 years across town. Wow, good stuff here for the Raiders as they'll get ready for a short week. I feel like it's the weekend all the time in basketball season.
And we don't know who they're going to play yet because, the score I got now is Farragut up on Crane 27-17 at halftime. So we don't know on that. The other side of the bracket, we have Tolono Unity beat McNamara tonight 77-70, and Manuel beat Johnsburg 75-41. Manuel probably going to be the team to beat to come out of the other bracket.
And hopefully the Raiders are the team to beat on our bracket here tonight. They look like it.
Well, they've been the top 2 teams all year in 2A. Either 1 or 2. I mean, Manuel's got 7 losses or whatever, but they play down there in Peoria, and with 7 losses down there playing the competition that they play, they're very, very, very good team. So, hopefully the collision course continues, to where we have QND and Manuel for the state championship.
Where do I go in the next 2 days before I get to Champaign? That'll be the question. By the way, I went down and saw my son this weekend at Nashville.
I'm going to have to go work. So,
well, somebody's got to do it for us out here. Good stuff as the Raiders move on. Coach, what's your last thoughts on this one?
Well, like I say, this team is locked in. They played a pretty good, I would say 32 minutes, but they played a pretty good 24 to 28. They're getting closer. That state championship game, they got to play 32. And they'll beat Peoria Manual.
We might have been closer to 28-29 tonight. I'm just throwing that one out there, but we'll go back. And as a coach, you always break it down as less. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, obviously. I'm a little bit coachy.
Because it's easy to be complimentary, when you win. And that's just it. That's when you got to go pick the little things apart and say, okay, that was good, but, and stay on top of that.
Yep.
So, all right, Coach, we're going to get packed up. We're going to be ready to head to Champaign on Thursday, the State Farm Center, as the QND Raiders pull it out here. By the way, we've been in the Mecca Mobile Studio in the postgame, brought to you by Sleep Tight. Better bed, less money. Sleep Tight, Quincy and Jacksonville. And it's been the Hardee's postgame show by Brian Harms and the gang at 30th and Broadway. Good stuff as the Raiders leading 8-7 after 1, 20-19 after 2, 35-31 after 3. Close it out. Your final QND Raiders 55 and the Benton Rangers 36. For Coach Pettit, I'm Jeff Wellman. Been lots of fun. Set your calendar out there and your clock or your whatever you're going to listen to us on.
Make sure you hit the bell, and then you'll find out when we're on the air.
Ring that bell. So for Coach Pettit, I'm Jeff Wellman. The Raiders win, and we're heading to state. Your final, the QND Raiders 55 and Benton Rangers 36. Been a lot of fun down here, and it's been all basketball, QND Raider style, on mechasportsco.com. Good night, everyone.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer-battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.